Hi, I'm George Helm, and I want to be your next president. Tonight they had the Democratic debate, and it was troubling, to say the least. There's a lot of infighting. It seems that they're not getting what it's all about. They're segregating themselves. They're alienating people within their own party. They're certainly alienating themselves from the Republicans. That's not how you win an election, not for real. Of course, the election has been rigged for quite some time. The problem is that if America wants their election back, if they want their vote to count, if they want their country back, they have to do it with votes for real. Someone has to be responsible and tell people what's really happening. I've already done that, but I'm going to tell you again. The fact is that any controlling party in any great struggle will do what Sun Tzu said, and they'll divide and conquer. They'll allow you to divide yourselves. The division between the Democrats and the Republicans is so deep and so entrenched that it's hard to see that we have a common goal. People don't realize that we have common goals. We do. As Americans, there are many things that we can accomplish together that no one will oppose because it's for all people. I'm not talking about socialism. I'm talking about things like the cure for cancer. I'm talking about decent health care, and especially for the people that everyone can agree upon that should deserve it. See, some of the women in the Democratic Party who have recently been in the debates have alienated themselves from other women. It's ridiculous. I'm not running for any given party. I'm running for Americans. I'm one of the majority of Americans. I'm not even upper middle class. I'm not middle class. But I know the problems that America faces, more so than any other candidate. None of them have been abused by the police. None of them have had their guns taken from them. None of them have gone to a junior college. None of them have been hungry lately. None of them have had their company crushed by a large corporation. None of them have had their vote crushed so that they felt as though their vote didn't count. I have been subjected to all of those things. My name is George Helm. I live with the problems of our society. The worst thing for me is that I see it slipping from us. The powers that be allowed Trump to be president so that he could create division between us. If you want your vote to count, if you want America to be better, if you want anything, really, you vote for someone like me. Someone who will unite Americans under one flag. I don't want to get rid of the Republican Party or the Democratic Party or the Independents. I just want to bring us all together for once for something other than a fucking war. You know what people did in 9/11? Everybody banded together to handle that. Make no mistake, I'll do everything there is to protect America, because unlike most of the candidates that are around today, I served our military. And proudly, for 6 years, as an enlisted member. I got out and used the GI Bill. I know what it's like to struggle through college. My daddy didn't buy a building at an Ivy League school so that I could get accepted and then graduate. Americans need to band together. Policies today, most of them can't be changed. It's cumbersome because we're too busy fighting. There's a lot of stuff we could do together. Climate change they spoke about today, and I heard some correct things. We do need to help the environment. I'm not talking about hard line, crushing everything, shutting down business. No. But we need to limit pollution. Anybody who's caught polluting purposely should be subjected to heavy fines, if not more severe penalties. The environment is for everybody. We need to keep that in mind. I, for one, I believe that we should very much nurture small business. My small business was crushed by a large corporation. Courts help the large corporations who have money to file suits. They don't help the little guy. I'm sorry to say. Taxes don't help small business. They don't help small corporations. We need to fix that. I'm a firm believer in that. I've lived it firsthand. As far as most of the other candidates go, if not all of them, they've all been in politics for a long time. They're all complaining about all these problems in politics. Go figure. They're the ones that are creating these problems. I don't want to create more problems. I want to create solutions. That's how business is ran. That's how a business works. You don't come to somebody with just problems all the time. You come with solutions. As for our elderly and health care, I believe firmly that we should be taking care of our elderly more so than we have in the past. It's not about increasing Social Security. No. I watched my mother take care of several of my grandparents. Oftentimes, it is more tiresome, more burdensome on the person who's taking care of the elderly person than it is on the elderly person. Now, the elderly people in our community, the senior citizens, they took care of us. Now it's our turn to take care of them. We need to help the people who take care of them, though, and alleviate some of that burden. I believe there should be programs that allow that. It's hard for someone to work a 9-to-5 job and then go and take care of somebody who is elderly. Let's help these people out. Let's take care of the people who took care of us. But for the most part, the Democratic debate was sad. I heard something very true, I believe. And the guy said that, what are you going to do? FedEx the election to Trump? Turns out that that's what the Democratic Party is doing. They're splitting themselves up. The craziest thing is that everything is splintered. The only thing that you see any solidarity in is the Republican Party. And it shouldn't be just the Republican Party. We need solidarity in Americans. It's the American vote and the American people who get somebody like me into office and will change things for real. I'm not about stalemates. I'm not about holding anything down. I'm not about crushing any opposition. I'm about working with solutions. There are win-win solutions for nearly everything that you come across. I heard today on the radio that someone was talking about the immigration policy and how somebody did an inquiry on it and they found that there were children taking care of children. And there was a mess down there and some child was in dirty clothes and they were in feces and everything else. That's bullshit. I didn't hear about anyone being fired for that. I'm going to run things like a business and I'm going to fire people for screwing around. Now I can tell you right now, anybody who's in charge of a facility in which children are taking care of children should be fired. You don't throw more money at somebody who can't do the job firsthand already. You alleviate them of the burden of their job and you find somebody who can get it done right the first time. You know, in the military, we had this thing called a horse and pony show. Anybody who's a high-ranking member of the military knows exactly what that is. It's their bullshit. You know, they make these visits, inspections, if you will. They come around, and you know what? They tell you when they're coming. And you spend the next 5 freaking days cleaning shit up and making it real nice for them to walk through. Do you know how much wasted money that is? Do you know how much wasted time that is? Every time some asshole with a few stars on his collar wants to walk through your ship or your barracks or your base. It's as bad as a politician coming through. And that happens too. A horse and pony show. You get it all spiffied up so they can walk through. They probably told them they were going to come into that facility and they still couldn't get it together. That means that place is broken. As president, I would be touring those places myself. And if I was dissatisfied with the way they were being ran, we would find someone else to fix them. And you could bet if I came down there and I had to fire someone's ass and put somebody else in charge, I'd be down there very soon for a surprise inspection. Not a horse and pony show. I'll just roll in. And if I see the same kind of problem happening, then I'm going to go down there and I'm going to kick some ass. I'm not about problems. I'm about solutions. And you know what? Sometimes someone's got to get off their dead ass and get some shit done. That's me. That's what I'll do. I'm 37 years old. I have the fire, I have the physical ability, and I have it in my heart that I want to make a difference. I didn't see anybody up there that knows what it's like to struggle. I want to fix things for Americans because that's what we deserve. Let's not screw around anymore. Vote for George. I'm going to fix what's wrong with America. And anybody who gets in the way will be relieved of their duties. I don't hear that happening right now. Let's make some people accountable. Vote for George.